immigrant. You know what I mean? I wasn't quite sure where I was. So I arrived in Merkaz, and I was told by my Shaliach, who I believe is now in the Shaliach Protection Program. He comes to me and he says, the Merkaz Klita. And he's speaking, and I'm sitting in South Africa now, okay? I have no idea what he's talking about. Apartments. Computer room. Close to the beach. Renana, everyone's English. And I'm thinking, I like a view of the beach from the Merkaz Klita. You know what I mean? We can all go and dance little, Hebrew dancing. I get them. And they take our luggage. Okay, well, they didn't really take our luggage. They were showing us where to put our luggage. And he put our luggage in a little luggage room. And then... And then he takes us on a tour of the Merkaz Klita. Anybody stay there in the Merkaz Klita because you had to or because you were having a house built in Renana? You know what I mean? After this, he shows us the Merkaz Klita, and the first thing was Soviet prison. Look, all the windows are really narrow, so I thought, that's so stylish. This desert design must be for the hot air. They make them that small so you can't jump out of them. And after that, he took us back to the luggage room, where we lived for a year. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, in the Merkaz Klita, we did all pun. And Carl was in my class, and I do remember very fondly one morning when the teacher came in and said, Maze whale beivrit. And Carl came up with the classic thing at the back, Doug Gadol. Do you remember that, Carl? Through that, or did some of us somehow miss it? Right? Does anybody remember a bank called Bank Idud? They held my passport for 6 years. I thought I would never get out of it. And it's kind of like a Harry Potter story, going to the Bank Idud. I don't quite remember where it was, off that little street. It's in Tel Aviv, I never got it. I live in Renab. I don't really live in Israel, I live in Renab. You're the little bubble, it's all safe and nice. So you get on a bus and you ask the bus driver, I need to get off this place, I think it's off George Street somewhere. And then as always, you're sitting in a bus full of Israelis, very politely, and the guy says, Hello! Atom! Oh! And you just get off the bus because he told you to get off the bus. You don't have a clue where you are. My story also involves reading Hebrew. After Saddam went and shot at us, you remember that? Anybody here? We're all there? Yeah. I diligently got my little gas mask that has a very strong strap holding it closed. Now, I'm a handyman. I like to know what things work before I try them out. You know what I mean? And what does it say on the box? So we go through the whole war, and this thing sits on the shelf every time I go past. Don't open me, don't open me, don't even think about it. And I'm thinking, if it happens, I'm not going to know what I'm doing. So the war's over now, everything's fine. I'm in my little machsan downstairs, putting them back on the shelf, and I think, I can't bear it. I can't bear it. I pay tax. I can open the box. I paid for it, right? I'm a civilian, I'm a citizen. Click. I open the box. And I look inside, and there's a little piece of paper. They're instructions, and they're in Hebrew and Russian. So that, for me, is hieroglyphics to the right and hieroglyphics to the left. But they did put the words in different colors. This is the trick, you see. So I open the books, and there is a gas mark. I know what this is. Okay, that goes there. This goes there. There's a little packet at the bottom of the box. Take out the little packet. And here are the Russian and Hebrew. So I'm thinking, well, I'm a handyman. I very seldom use instructions. How hard can this be? What is this little thing? You know what I mean? I've heard rumors of atropine. Sort of thing. And I'm just buzzing with curiosity. So I take it out of the packet. Now it's got a little red button and a little green button on each end. And it says Adom and Yarok. And I did Ulpan, I can read those two words. And while I'm trying to fiddle about, one of the little top things pops off. So I'm distracted momentarily. Why is it that when things fall on the ground, they always run under the nearest shelf? So I'm busy trying to find this thing, and the next thing, pah! Have you heard this before? I'm holding this thing that now does not want to let me go. It's injected into my thumb. Apparently a needle shoots out at lightning speed and injects whatever it is into your system. I didn't panic. I was quite calm. I have cut myself. I have slammed my hand in car doors. I have fallen off ladders. I have done shit you wouldn't believe, but that's a different show. So here I am with this thing. Now I've heard, when you get stabbed, don't pull it out. You will bleed to death. So I'm thinking, well, this can't be too bad. And that was when the walls started to go like this. And I'm thinking, this is good shit. No, really. So I pulled it out. And that's when these colours started coming at me out of sort of, I felt like Carl Sagan. So I'm thinking, this could be a good thing. It could last longer. Or it could be a bad thing, so I need to do something responsible. So I went to my Israeli neighbor, Barak. Married an American, speaks perfect English. We live in Renana. I go to him and I tell him my tragic story. I'm thinking maybe there's a countdown now and I have sort of 15 minutes to live. When he stopped laughing, he said we should call my doctor. So I'm like, geez, that's a good idea. A doctor, just ask him. So he phones the number for me and we get through to the receptionist. And I say, and I tell her the story. When she stopped laughing, she said she'd put me straight through to the doctor. I'm not worried now. I am terrified. She now puts me straight through to the doctor. She's like, I'll take your message, he'll send you half an hour, he'll fax it to your cell phone and it'll SMS it to this. Harvey Balick. Everyone know Harvey Balick? Hello? I don't know. So I tell Harvey the story. And when Harvey stopped laughing, I was getting a little tired of this by now, thinking I've only got about 3 minutes left. He says, just drink some water and go to bed. And my anticlimax. Anyway, that was my story.